What is up, L's and G's? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Tonight we have brand new Lyralisk support revealed. We knew this was one of the archetypes for what is it? It's like Duelist Pack, Duelist Storm, Storming Duelist, Duelist Whirlwind. Whatever. We got Sherry LeBlanc's cards. We got a bunch of those revealed earlier today / last night. We got these revealed today, and then we have Speedroids coming up. And I'm not sure if this is all the cards or not. It's a good amount, though. What a spell, trap, 2 exceeds, and 2 main deck monsters. That is a great balance for Lyralisk, which was a deck that really was only in the monster section. Yeah. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. And I just woke up, so if I'm a little bit low energy, just keep that in mind. I checked my phone and I was like, yeah. Woke up, checked my phone, and I was like, yeah. We get those videos when those news drops. So let's do this. Starting off here, we have Lyralisk Barrel Canary. This is a level 1 Wind Wing Beast, as per usual. 0 attack, 200 defense. Stats don't matter. You can only use the first effect once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can target 1 Lyralisk monster in grave as cost, special summon this card and that target, but you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except XYZ monsters. Very interesting. I like that it's just generically any exceed. I mean, obviously the exceed thing is like kind of a little bit tough because right now the best way to play this is combined with Tri-Brigades. Obviously they want to make links, but that's not the worst thing in the world. You could still, after playing into Disruption, getting a lot of your stuff destroyed or whatever, your board wiped, bait all your opponent's interruptions, use this card, target, bring it back with another Lyralisk, make an exceed, and then Zeus. This only locks you into generic exceeds, nothing, but not like Lyralisk, so that's really cool. The other effect says a wind exceed monster that was summoned using this card on the field as material gains this effect. Gain 200. Also, possession cannot switch. Okay, so an extra 200 attack, and the monster cannot be stolen. Cool. All right, next up we have our other main deck monster. This is Lyralisk Celeste Wagtail. By the way, I love this one's design. It's like so derpy cute. I always like the Lyralisk design, so very cool. But this one also, Celeste Wagtail. This is a level 1 Wind Wing Beast, 200 attack, 0 defense. If this card is special summoned, you can add a Lyralisk spell or trap from your deck to hand. Very, very cool. We already have the other one. Which one? I can't remember the name of the one. When it's special summon, it searches you a Lyralisk, or a level 1 Wing Beast, sorry. But this gets you access to the spells and traps. We'll be very curious to find out what those do. We'll see in a little bit. Second effect, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target a Lyralisk exceed monster you control and attach this to it as material. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's really cool, actually. Okay. Cool. That's just added bonus. I think the first effect's plenty good. It does have to be special summons. So you can't just normal summon it, but that's not the hardest thing in the world. We have stuff like Farajit to summon this out. We have stuff like 1 for 1. We have I don't know. There's a ton of stuff in specifically lyrilusc-tribrigade. Very cool card, but hopefully the spells and traps give you some solid payoff. Then we have Lyralisk Ensemble Robin instead of Ensemble. Okay, cool. I like the name. This is the cover card, so really cool. Rank 1 Wind Wing Beast, of course, 0/0 for the stats. It is completely generic, level 1 exceed, which is really cool. It gains 500 attack for each material attached to it. If your opponent special summons a monster or monsters, you can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 of those monsters, return it to the hand. Ooh. Okay. All right. Wow. Have we ever had a rank 1 that actually is like decent disruption? Maybe not. This may be the first one ever. Very interesting. I mean, it's not the best disruption in the world, obviously. But definitely, it's definitely not bad. Even if somebody goes into something like Hulk, this sure, they go Hulk, but they're going to lose the Hulk, so they lose that material to be able to continue to link off after the Hawk. So not bad. Also, one thing I'm seeing here, there's no once per turn clause on this at all. I mean, maybe that's just maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization just made this quick and didn't throw that clause on there. If this is not hard once per turn, this is an insane rank 1. I mean, you could theoretically make this with 2 Lyralisks and then even potentially use like Wagtail to like equip itself, and then this is literally 3 bounces. There's no way. I mean, this has to be a hard once per turn. I'm not 100% sure. That's probably a translation thing, but okay. And then third effect, if this card in your possession is sent to the grave by an opponent's card, we've seen these effects. That means by battle or card effect. You can target one other Lyralisk monster in grave and add it to your hand. That's just icing on the cake. If this is going to be part of your end board, this just says, I've got disruption. Even if you get through it, we recovering. And also like that it's 500 attack for each material, because a lot of the Lyrilusks are really small. And if you're ending on this, we don't want to be able to, our opponent to be able to just normal summon something and walk over. So it's going to probably be at least 1,000. If you can attach like Wagtail, 1,500. And you also have like, you know, stuff like if Barrel Canary is part of it, an extra 200. I think some of the other ones might also give you either protection or like a stat boost. So either way, really cool card. I think this is a bomb card. This really helps. Next up, the other Exceed monster. We have Lyralisk Prom Thrush. This is Prom Thrush. Interesting. Rank 1 Wing Beast, of course, 0/0. Level 1 monsters. Again, very generic. Gains 500 for every material. Very nice. Once per turn, you can attach 1 material from this card to target a spell or trap your opponent controls and shuffle it into the deck. Okay. Back row removal. Not a quick effect, but okay. That's an okay effect. Not crazy about that. Also, at the start of the damage step, if another of your monsters battles, you can attach any number of materials from this card. Your battling monster gains 300 attack for each material attached until the end of this turn. I don't know, man. This one kind of misses the mark for me. Like maybe it's a one of in lyrilusc-tribrigade, but I don't think they have space for it, to be honest. Maybe, and then it's probably a one of if you're gonna attempt to play like a pure Lyralisk build. Probably. I mean, it's just a nice card that's, you know, spell and trap removal, and then you could try and make a Zeus. Fine. I don't think it's incredible though. I think it's just okay. Okay. Not for the spells or traps. This to me was the most interesting part of all this support. Obviously the Exceed, the first Exceed is really good. Both the monsters are really good. But once we get all the monster that searches these, I'm very interested. All right, so this is Lyralisk Bird Sanctuary. It's a continuous spell. You can only activate both of its effects once per turn each. The first effect said you can target 2 Winged Beast Exceed monsters you control. So you have to already get to 2. Attach one of them and all material attached to it to the other. And if you control an Exceed monster with 3 or more material, you can draw 1 card. Those are separate once per turn effects. So even if you just could make 1 Exceed and then equip Wagtail to it, you could just like Bird Sanctuary to draw. You also have the potential of even making Zeus with a monster that has 2 materials, go into Zeus with 3 materials, and then just draw. This is okay. I don't think this card's insane, obviously, but I guess the idea of this is you make your own in-house boss monster. You take 2 Lyralisk Exceeds that have been made with like multiple Lyralisk monsters that give those little bonus effects. I know one of them makes it like on the monster untargetable, I'm pretty sure, and they all get like little mini buffs. They gain 500 for every material, so you might have like 2 1000s, and then when you throw them together, they're like at least 2500, probably bigger, with some protection effects. So you're kind of just trying to like slap them on and make like a crazy thing. It also does kind of set you up for an insane Zeus, potentially even a three activation Zeus, which is ridiculous, but potentially true. This card's just kind of specific though. It just takes setup. You got to get 2 Winged Beast Exceed monsters on field. But at least if you can just get 1 monster with 3 materials, you can still just draw a card. I don't know. I think this card is just okay. And then for the trap, we have Lyralisk, Birds of a Feather. It's a normal trap. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn each. First effect, target one Lyralisk monster you control. Change the attack of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls to that target's. Also, their levels and ranks become 1. Interesting. Okay. So this doesn't sound like a super powerful effect, but I will say, I mean, think about last format. You've got stuff like Drytron, which needs their stats to be able to even do ritual summoning. And with and also, or even sometimes they need the levels too. So changing their levels and ranks to 1 also is really good. And then you have like Virtual World, which obviously uses level 3s and into rank 6s and synchro 6s and 9s. So that's really good at just like putting all their levels to 1 because they just don't have anything that they can do with that. Very interesting. But not the best effect, just a decent effect, I would say. And the second effect, when an opponent's monster declares an attack on your Lyralisk monster, you can banish this from grave. Your battling monster becomes the same as your opponent's monster until the end of this turn. Okay, nothing crazy. That's just the extra effect to it. I don't think this card's terrible, actually. I think, like, this actually can be nice, too, if you're playing, like, a bird up variant, because if you're going to end on the barrier statue and maybe you didn't have access to double Dragon Lords, or even if you do, this card could literally just take away needing to activate the Dragon Lords. So you like this keeps your opponent from just walking over the statue in battle phase and still keeps like a double Dragon Lords intact. Means you don't have to try and send Rendezvous. I think there's a potential for playing this card and not needing to play Rendezvous. I don't know. I think it's a cool. This could be a one of. I don't think if you're especially Lyralus-Tribrigade, I don't think you play the spell, but I do think the trap's probably a one of if you're gonna try and play Celeste Wagtail. I'm curious how the ratios shake out. I'm curious how well these cards intermingle. Like this card's really, really good as an extender, but it does lock you into Exceeds for the rest of the turn, but maybe it's one of those just like recovery cards. If you get Nibiru or Gamut really early in your turn, maybe you just play this card as either a searchable one of, or you know what I mean? It's just a card that you can get cleared, you can get everything stopped. This could be the last card in hand, and you can at least get to like this, or one of the Exceeds that can get you into Zeus, and you have a chance, right? So very curious, very, very curious, but I do like the trap. Spell's kind of a miss for me. It might be okay in like a pure Lyralus variant, but that's about it. This one's a miss for me, but this one is insanely good. This card is insanely good. This card is really good as well. I just wonder how well this intermingles with the Tribrigade stuff. So really, really cool reveals here. I am not upset at all. I think this is a pretty big hit. Also, I still feel like they're going to reveal 6 cards for all these archetypes and still leave one unrevealed card. That's just a hunch. They've been doing with the new format 7 cards for every archetype, and we have 6 here. We got 6 for Sherry. We'll probably get 6 Speedroids, and I think we'll get 1 more card revealed for all of them. That's just my hunch, though. But let me know in the comment section down below what you think on these new cards. If I missed any specific interactions with cards that already exist or anything, feel free to let me know there if I missed anything on that front. But other than that, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Thank you so much for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more news reveals, card reviews, deck profiles, all that stuff coming up in the future. Subscribe, all that. Bye.